Hello all, my name is Adonis and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a weekly love spread for all of my Sagittarius out there for the week of September 23rd to the 27th. So let's get after it. Okay. Sun, rising Venus and Jupiter. Sun, Moon, rising Venus and Jupiter. Sun, rising Venus and Jupiter. Sun, rising Venus and Jupiter. Show me the cards you need to see. Show me the cards I need to see. What kind of love or energy is coming towards my Sagittarius during the week of September 23rd to 27th? What kind of love or energy is coming towards my Sagittarius during the week of September 23rd to the 27th? Here you go. Cards 22. See, it feels great. Ooh, okay, man. So, right off the bat, we start out with arguments, conflicts, and disputes. Five of Wands. So, let's dig into this and see what's going down here. So, um, what I'm feeling here is that there's a great deal of arguments, disputes, if you will, with this individual. Like a lot of disagreements. There's other people in this in like friends and family. This person doesn't exactly get along with your friends and some people in your family. So um you're currently with this individual. Actually, you're currently with this individual. This is someone you're with, but there's a lot of arguments and disputes, and you are at a point where we got five of swords here, where you're thinking to yourself, should you fight? Should you continue to fight for this relationship, or should you walk away from this? Because this is really beginning to kind of wear you down, if you will, emotionally. Um, you guys do a great deal of socializing, if you will, going out in lounges and things of that nature. Um, the only reason that it really seems though you're kind of hanging in there with this individual is because of the Ace of Wands here, and because that is like explosive sexual energy, if you will. And I do definitely feel the conflict here that you're having with this situation. Um, because there is great sexual chemistry that you have with this individual, but it's just like they are just like a wild buck. And I mean, it's just getting to the point where every time you turn around, there's always some kind of drama going on. And you're just kind of weighing, like, I know the sexual chemistry is great, but is it really worth the mental headache? And that's what we're really coming down to here. So you're thinking very heavily with the Eight of Cups about walking away from the situation. Okay, just kind of leaving it behind here. Now at this point, you know with the Seven of Pentacles, you kind of like you put some stuff out there. You're just kind of hoping, see, praying that okay, you know. I'm also feeling the fact that a lot of this on the part of this individual is that this individual has a lot of insecurities. There's a lot of insecurities that this individual has, okay, about themselves and about the relationship, and that's where a lot of this really is coming from. This person has a great deal of insecurities, if you will, and you keep reassuring this individual, and you're just kind of waiting to see eventually if it gets better. With the Seven of Pentacles, kind of seeing if it kind of finally begins to sink in and begins to ripen on that vine there. Okay. And finally, here we have the Six of Pentacles, which is, this now. With all that being said, this person is definitely a very charitable to you. Is very generous and charitable, and that's another reason why you stay with the individual, because this person is very charitable in general, civic minded individual. It's just that the insecurities that they're dealing with are beginning to affect the relationship. So let's see, what are your overall potential strengths of this potential relationship? What are the overall potential strengths of this relationship here? What are the potential overall strengths of this potential relationship here? What are the potential overall strengths of this potential relationship here? Show me cards you need to see. Show me cards you need to see. Show me cards that I need to see. Okay, feels good. Okay, so you want to take that leap of faith. You want to take a leap of faith towards um, hanging in there. You know, just holding out, making this relationship a more perfect union. But also, a potential overall strength of this potential relationship is that you have verbalized that hey, you're not afraid to leave them out in the cold. Okay, so they forewarned. They've been armed. So you definitely have let them know that hey, listen, you'll leave them out in the cold if you have to. If this kind of keeps up, but we have to acknowledge here there is a fork in the road here, two of swords. So you have definitely reached your zenith point here, where there is definitely going to have to be in the very near future some changes here with the situation here. There's a party that's kind of hanging in there, holding on for a short success with the Four of Pentacles, because you know this is a good person, and you know where a lot of the problems are coming from. It's from their own insecurities, and you're trying to hang in there, but you know there are limits to this stuff. We also have the Ace of Swords here. Again, you're very clearly aware of what's going on, clearly aware of the emotional stuff that's going on here. So there's no ambiguity. There's no wandering around in the dark trying to figure out why this person feeling this way. You know exactly what's going on. They know exactly what's going on. It's just a matter of them maybe possibly getting counseling that they need, uh, and or starting to feel better about themselves. That'll really kind of bring things to an even kill here. Now, again, you got the Queen of Wands here, so you're sending warm, vibrating energy and receiving warm, vibrating energy back towards you. So you're putting it out there. You're receiving it from him or her, and you both equal exchange of energy here. But in order for this thing to really kind of work the way it needs to, Chariot energy here. Somebody's gonna have to, um, either they're gonna have to get a hold of their situation, kind of move where they needed to go to, and or you're gonna have to take the bull by the horns and move this thing, strategically where you wanted to go to get the most optimal outcome of the situation for yourself. So, with that being the case here, let's see what additional information Spirit wants to give before I shut this thing down. What additional information Spirit want to give before I shut this thing down? Hang it to the end, guys. I want to do a little bit of housekeeping quick. Cards to the knee. To, Spirit saying, yep, great deal of heat, great deal of emotional chemistry, sexual chemistry. So that shoot has a great deal of emotional chemistry there. Perspective. Put things in perspective, okay? Realize where this is coming from. It's not, this can be salvaged, but there's going to have to also be possibly some counseling here to kind of help get things in an even kill. And also make sure you have a sense of moderation. Keep yourself balanced and moderated so that you can have your own mental clarity and health, which is a great segue into what I wanted to talk about. Just kind of give you guys a little bit of feedback here. Thank you guys so much for being there. Give all the well wishes and things like that dealing with my acid reflux situation. Okay, so here's the deal with that. I kind of had it under wraps, but I've been working on my book about my personal life. Those of you that don't know, you may want to check out one of my personal videos. It's way down there. This is a personal story, and it has all of the gory details. I don't really want to get into it right now, but believe me, it's kind of deep, so parental discretion is definitely advised. So, with that being said, I was working on a book, and it just, kind of left me vulnerable. I've been dealing with this for the past 5 or 6 months, actually, a little bit before the pandemic started. So, it's it's been chaotic, and what I what I didn't realize is that I wasn't myself grounded. The way I always tell you guys, I wasn't myself grounded in my own perspective, and my emotional health and my mental health was beginning to be affected. That led to me making myself physically vulnerable, which is I already had a little bit of a you know, just acid reflux, indigestion every once in a while, and it just went from bad to worse. All right, so usually the herbs that I used weren't working, so I went to the doctor, and that made things from bad to worse. All the stuff that they gave me, it just made things way worse. The side effects were way worse. So after seeing all of the well wishes and stuff, I had to go back to basics, which is what I did, and get to the root of what was really going on. And once I dealt with that, everything kind of started falling into place again. The point of this, to me saying this, is this. I'm pretty much aware of remedies and home remedies and shamanistic practices and stuff like that. And even though I surround myself with this all the time, I fell off because I got emotionally, compromised because of the emotional stuff I was going through. So it's very, very, very important to keep up your emotional health and surround yourself with good people and be able to identify those things that are going to bring you down and weaken you, because they will also physically weaken you, manifest in your life and weaken your immune system. And I should have known this. I should have known this, and I missed it. So, you know, again, just whatever you guys do, just keep yourself balanced, keep yourself moderate, and take care of yourself. Take care of your mental, emotional health, because it will affect you physically as well. All right. So, that being said, enough of that. This is a general love reading. It may not resonate with everyone, but if it does resonate with you, you want to know more about this particular reading, I'll leave a link below. Make sure you get some personal reading. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay too. All right. Just take what works. Whatever doesn't, dismiss the rest. If you guys haven't already, please like, please share, and absolutely subscribe. My name is Adonis. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next day or so. I promise.